Yeah. Good afternoon, all. So today we are going to learn on AI prompting. What are its uses? What are the advantages of it? This session was designed for everybody, so I hope we all benefit from it. So it wasn't just focused on developers. So uh, anybody who is here from QA team, mobile team, let's say our designers, our business teams, they will all benefit from it. Okay. Okay. What is AI prompting? AI prompting is basically like we are all familiar with ChatGPT. We are all familiar how to utilize it, but today we are going to learn how to use it more effectively. AI prompting is basically the way we structure our query, the way we phrase our inputs, so we get the desired outputs much faster. So we get the desired output to like questions relevance. Like it should only give us the required output. It should not give us whole worldwide information. So to the point, it should be goal specific. It should have the relevant details. Okay. So here you can see the two main recommendations from my side, like for prompt engineering is like when you have your query structure uh, in a good way, have your phrasing in a specific style, so you'll always get the best possible output. Now these are my recommendations. I will say, okay, but what are the what do you say? What are the ill effects or disadvantages if we don't follow this? So let's take like few examples. Like what would be a bad AI prompt? Okay, so in this case, what we have done is we have prompted, okay, 1534 to 1628. Like, we have asked, okay, how much is the minutes? Even the minutes spelling here is incorrect. Okay, so AI overlooked the incorrect spelling, but he gave us the top answer. Okay, it will take 46 minutes. And now what we wanted was we wanted to get the output in seconds also, but we didn't phrase it properly. Okay, so what we instead of how many seconds is that? So and seconds, she said he just so AI what AI has done, AI has just modified our previous answer. So they have replied 46 minutes and 0 seconds. Okay, so this again deviates from our expected result that okay we want this 46 minutes converted into seconds. Okay. Second, like we have got the a simple question. Okay, hi, can you help me make a React website? So here AI is analyzing. So yeah, here it thought for 2 minutes. Okay, but since we didn't specify a goal, okay, React website for what? Is it a does it involve login? Is it a simple, let's say, a profile site? Okay, so because we didn't give a specific enough input, we didn't get a specific enough output. So at the end of the answer, AI replied simply, yes, I can help you with that. But since we didn't specify anything, it didn't give us code, it didn't give us any learning material, nothing else. Okay. So here are a few examples of different types of prompt engineering. Now, in this slide, guys, what we'll find is there are like links. Like for example, this chat GPT link that you can see here. These links are clickable. These links are shared. So these are not what to say relevant just to my profile. So like for example, let me exit from this screen. Let me go back here. Okay. So for example, if I take this link, so I copy this link. Okay, 1 second, let me open my this. Let me reshare and share my entire window. Let me open it in a private window. Okay. So these links are accessible by anyone. You don't have to be logged in. You don't have to be, what do you say? You don't have to have access to anything. Okay. So let's go back to the example. So basically, you will be able to view each and everything. You will be able to view the actual chat of how we progress through this. Okay. Let's take the first example, which is classification prompt. What this does it categorizes information. An example of this would be, let's take a movie, let's say Inside Out. Was it positive? What were the reviews of it overall? Was it positive, negative, or mixed? Okay. We check this. Again, we open this link. Okay. It will tell us that, okay, Inside Out, released in 2015, it holds 98% approval rating, okay, based on these many 385 critic reviews. So what it does, it has the information, it has summarized all the information, and it has given us a final output, okay. The overall category of it is positive. So AI can aggregate all your data. It can then categorize that data based on whatever data collection it had. Okay, so this is the what they say. This is the strength of a classification prompt. What is a reasoning prompt? A reasoning prompt in this case is a logical conclusion. Like suppose, for example, a very simple logical conclusion. If there's a light switch, if I flick it from on position to off, what will happen in the room? So I've expanded this small example into something bigger. Let's say all the bridges are blocked. How will it impact Pune city? Okay, so then it checks, okay, so what all things will be uh, affected? So traffic and transportation, economic and commercial impact, emergency services, public disruption, because the flow of people will also be stopped, psychological and social impact. uh, People who have homes outside of Pune, they will panic, their access will be cut off. Okay, so this is a reasoning prompt. It is used for logical functioning. A completion prompt is simply that it will finish your idea. For example, in this we have used finish the sentence. The hottest month in Pune city is, and then we have not given any data. Okay, we have left it to infer its data directly. Okay, simple finish the sentence. Hottest month in Pune cities, and we get the answer May, with temperatures ranging from 38 to 48 degrees centigrades. Okay. The next type of prompt would be a creative prompt. Okay. Creative prompts are for brainstorming. So this is to influence you. Now remember, I'm using the word influence. I'm not using the words that you can take the idea. So take inspiration from it, but do not copy paste it directly. Okay. So in this case, the prompt that was given was an advertisement uh, for hot coffee on a rainy day. Okay. So it has given us, okay, like what all points it has highlighted. Okay, that you get a rich aromatic coffee. Okay. Uh, how you get, since it's an advertisement, it has also put in a pin of, let's say, your coffee name, your location, and then order now link. Okay, so you can take this as a template and you can improve on it. Okay, typically what we get is emojis. We get some kind of colorful screens. So ChatGPT cannot do that much. It cannot set a background and all, but it has tried to improvise as much as possible in that. Uh, the next prompt would be a summarization prompt, in which, let's say, you've got a large amount of material, we want it to be digested or summarized quickly. And this, the topic which I chose was learning Python by a particular author. This is a famous book, and it's recommended for all Python business. Here I got the teaching, okay, like what are the main fundamentals. So all my fundamentals of Python, which are necessary to use in a real project, are listed here. And again, uh, it's given me a recommendation like who should read it. So yes, beginners should read it. Developers who are moving from other languages to Python, they should read it. So I don't have to go, I don't have to check whether, like, I don't have to go through the entire book and then at the end of the book come to a realize, oh, this is not for me. The things I was looking for is not mentioned in this book at all. I get a summary, I check if this summary is relevant to my interest. If it is, I can simply go ahead and purchase the book or read online. Okay. The next type of prompt would be an informational or an instruction prompt. In this case, we simply use it like we use a search engine. So here the question I had raised was, what is a SQL injection? Okay. So SQL injection, it tells me that, okay, this is the definition, and it has given me a list of things. So this is similar to how we use Google. I won't elaborate much on this, but yes, it's a little bit more, what do you say, customized to your profile. And then other one is, 1 second, I think I made a script. Yeah. So relatively simple. You can use it like a search engine, even if you go to any of the chat GPTs now. So you also have nowadays a search button, so it will check the web for the latest data. So you can utilize that. After that, we have got an interactive prompt. So interactive prompt is basically it can mimic a conversation. Let's say you and your client are about to have a discussion. Now you there are no meeting notes for this discussion, but overall you know that okay, this client is worried about the website security. He's going to raise some questions to me. So you can ask ChatGPT to pretend to be a client. Here, when I did the following, okay, and the word I had used, like for my previous example of what is an SQL injection, uh, I simply mentioned we have implemented SQL injection. Okay, so it did this mimicry perfectly. The AI has replied, "Did you implement SQL injection? That sounds alarming. I hope you implemented against SQL injection." Okay, and then the AI can mimic. Okay, you have done these things. What all other questions can I raise related to website security? So user input sanitation, security testing, logging authentication, database permissions. Are error messages sanitized? Okay. Do we have a web application firewall? Do we ensure ongoing security? Okay. So you can expect, okay, my client is going to maybe approach like 5 of these 7 questions, and you can prepare accordingly from your side. What is a translation prompt is pretty simple. It's like how we use a Google Translate system. So here I asked, okay, please convert this particular sentence into Spanish. So it has given me this. If you go, if you cross check it, say Google Translate. Okay, so we are currently learning an AI tutorial. So it has accurately translated that into Spanish. So these are the like main types of what do you say, prompt engineering which are relevant to us. You can since this is a what do you say lecture for everyone. For developers, how you should think like okay for classification prompt. What we have, let's say we have got a database. We have got a database. Let's take the first example of the inside out. So we have got multiple reviews. Let's say critic one, critic two. Everybody has given their reviews. Okay, what we need to do is we need to take the average all the reviews. We need to take the summation divided by the total count, and then we need to categorize. Okay, how these reviews scale. Now, some reviews can be on a scale of 1 to 10. Some reviews can be on a scale basis of 5. So AI can do all that directly. So developers will think in this way for each of the prompts. Okay. This slide will be shared after this training session is over. Uh, Expand on these ideas. Okay. Because each and every thing that we have listed here, it can be utilized in our projects. Okay. Does anybody have any questions for this? Let me just check here. Okay, I don't see any hand raises. Continuing. Okay, let's go to the next one. So this is what is zero-shot prompting? Zero-shot prompting is something that you do. Again, like you've got a link here. Okay, make sure you check those links out. So in this case, a very simple question like what is capital of India? So here, did I specify anything else? Did I specify any like what is the capital of India in the current year? Did I didn't mention. I didn't specify like what was the capital of India. Let's say 500 years ago. Nothing. So it simply relies on its current and most latest knowledge. What you can skip in this is you can skip giving data. You can skip giving example. So this is for low complexity question. Capital of India, according to me, it's a low complexity question. We got the answer. Capital of India is New Delhi. Simple enough. Now, what happens is zero prompting. It can also have drawbacks. Now, let's say, for example, you get a user report. The user report says, okay, Vaibhav, you're missing a country in your database list in the countries API. I'm like, okay, which country am I missing? So the user replied, you're missing Wakanda. Now the user is just messing with me. But instead, what I do is I go and I check this via ChatGPT. Okay, I know the country is missing. What I also need is the country's capital. I go to ChatGPT. I ask, okay, what is the capital of Wakanda? I get an answer. I put that into my database. Now, the reason why this is problematic is it's not a real country. It's a fake country. It shouldn't be in my database, which is related to financial. Let's say this project, it's a fintech project, so it shouldn't be uh, at all in my countries list. But here, since we have not specified that what is its use, we have not specified what is its intended purpose, ChatGPT gives us a direct answer. Sometimes it also mentions, ChatGPT also mentions that yes, it is a fictional country. Sometimes it doesn't, like in this case. So I think I tried this two, three times, 2 out of 3 times. I just got the direct answer. Third time, I got a little bit more information in which they had mentioned that Wakanda is a fictional country in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay. Now, one thing you have to realize, like this one cautionary tale which I've just addressed, AI answers are non-deterministic. So you can input the same things, same time, same thing multiple times, you will get different answers. So this is a little bit intentional. The creators of AI mainly they are trying to focus on two things. So one is flexibility, second one is creativity. But it creates problems for us for us developers because what we expect is we always expect okay 1 + 1 = 2. Yes, AI will also produce that much here, but when there are a lot of factors in this, so it creates an inconsistency. It creates transparency problems. Okay, the example for this is we evaluated uh, 3 people. Okay, so let's say we have got Ramesh, Suresh, and Geeta. Okay, and they have got the extracurricular activities. Okay, so these are the scores. Okay, Suresh does nothing extracurricular, and Geeta has extracurricular activity. Now the goal here is simple: rate each student on a scale of 10. Okay, so first time AI does this work. It comes up with totals. Since I mentioned 4 subjects each time, it is dividing by 4. It is coming up with totals and it is also giving some points for the extracurricular activities. It's giving me a particular result. So let's say dummies 868 basically. Okay, for dummies, Suresh and Geeta. Uh, I didn't change anything. Okay, scores are same. Okay, again I'm pasting the same thing. Okay, so you'll find that okay. Let's say for example, if you want to verify, we are getting this 74.25, 65, 73.5. Okay, so again 74.25, 65, 73. So totals are same. Again, even the extracurricular activities, uh, the AI is adding 1 point. Okay, but here the final scores something is different. So from 8 it went to 8.5. Suresh was of 6. Uh, Suresh dropped down by zero point 0.5. Geeta again went up by zero point 0.5. Now, when you're doing this on a large enough scale, let's say you're trying to select, you're in company which is processing, let's say, HR application, you are getting 2,000, 3,000 applications. Honestly, which is a very low number in today's market. But let's say you're getting these lots, and if these, like, what do you say, outputs are not deterministic each time. Sometimes the machine is getting 8.5, sometimes it's getting 7, sometimes it's getting 9. So we don't have a basis of grading. So here the problem is we always get non-deterministic answers. So this is one thing you have to be very careful about. So again, I've pasted the prompts here. Okay, if you guys want to try it out, you can test it out in Chat GPT. And here I've given this side-by-side comparison, so it's much easier. So 8 became 8.5, 6 became 5.5. Everything rest is like 74.25. It is the same, but the output, like formatting, is different. Uh, but it's not deterministic. If I run this, you can even run this 10 times. Uh, most of the times, you'll get a different output each time. So this is something that you have to be very careful about. After that, so that was for like zero shot prompting. Now this is a new technique which is called few shot prompting or multi shot prompting. Okay. You can use any nomenclature that you wish. Here, what you have, so until now, what we were doing is we were fetching data. Now, what we're doing is what we are going to do is we are going to change the data. We can give a little bit of data. It's not possible to give us a like large amount of data because we are not training the LLM. But yes, little bit of data we can give. let's open this link. So here I had given an example. Okay, let's say for example, uh, what we have to do is we have to classify the statements as positive or negative. Okay, these are simple reviews. I love this project. It works perfectly. It's a positive. This is terrible. I want a refund. Again negative. The service was quick and the staff was friendly. Again positive. Now what I prompted was the product broke after one use. It's a waste of money. What is the goal? The goal is to classify the statement as a positive or negative. It has given me an answer. Vaibhav, it is a negative statement. So it so this is small data set that we can read, and AI can learn on basis of this data set. It can give an answer. Okay, this is the first example. Second example, it's not that dynamic. In second example, I have given a little bit of text. So there is a city. Okay, and this city, basically what I've written is people utilize only and only bicycles. Then I've written a little bit of extra text like okay, people live in the city, everything is within 20 minutes or not. This is just extra information to maybe distract the AI. Okay, and now the basic goal is that there was a guy called Ramesh who got a call from his mother, and the mother instructed Ramesh to go and buy some milk. Okay, so what AI has learned that okay, uh, transportation is possible only and only via bicycles. Okay, so uh, AI answers me accordingly. So number one, take his bicycle. Number two, ride his bicycle. Okay, purchase milk is generic. Now again, ride his bicycle back to home. But AI can basically set a condition. Okay, in this setting, in this uh, chart prompt, these are the conditions that must be realized. And then AI has learned that and accordingly prepared a solution for us. So likewise, you can set a constraint. Okay, I've got a problem. These are my constraints. Okay, how do you propose a solution in that case? Okay, so again, I've given prompts here. I've given screenshots in case these links expire or ever don't work. Okay. One thing you need to also realize for this prompting is every prompt that we make, it is in context of that particular thread. So by thread, I mean on the left hand side, you see multiple chat windows here or chat tabs rather. So the, anything which are specified in this tab won't be shared across my other different tabs. So let's say if I take the same question, which is Ramesh had to get milk from a shop. Okay, I paste this instructions on a separate thread. Will I get the bicycle part, which was a constraint which was set earlier? No, we won't get. So here I got a like choosing mode of travel. Let's say if it is short distance, medium distance, long distance, and we are getting different types of this two-wheeler, public transport, ride sharing, auto rickshaw, car. Okay. So again, like context matters. Also, one more thing, whenever you are like talking about context, whenever in a thread, let's say at the starting of this thread, you specify 5 conditions. Okay. Afterwards, you start focusing on one particular condition. You start adding more values, more what do you say? Let's say cases in that particular one condition. So AI will eventually start forgetting the previous conditions. The best way you guys can test it out is like for example you can draw an image with the draw image function. You can say okay, let's say there are two people who are interacting. Let's say one of them is wearing a red shirt, other is wearing a green shirt, and they are playing a chess on board. Now this chessboard, let's say in first iteration it's a small wooden set. Second iteration you can say that it's a very big set. Third iteration you can ask okay, it's a actual live people are there who are role playing this. Fourth you can say it's a very big movie set. You can, and these people are directing like okay, the horse should go and checkmate the king, that kind. So eventually as we start expanding upon one particular thing, AI will start to forget the rest, like okay, that the original players should be in a green and a red shirt. We'll start forgetting that, and it will start focusing more and more on this chessboard uh, dynamic that we're trying to expand. Okay, so that's the importance of context window. Now, okay, we have also like faced sometimes incorrect answers given by AI, or it is claiming information which doesn't exist. Now, in this case, let's take the example of PhD4. So it's a relatively high-level example, but here what you know basically asked is, okay, the PhD4 regulation. Okay, the main important part here is the word for. Like, give me, like, summarize it, and which was enacted in 2004. So here there's actually two forces. Number one is PhD4 is not yet released, and it was never enacted in 2004. But uh, it has given me information, but it didn't quite correct me. Okay, so I might not actually see here that, okay, it's given me information on PhD3 here. So you have to understand that AI is always and always eager to please you guys. Okay, it will give you information. It is your responsibility to also verify this, that whatever information you're using is correct. Okay? Second example would be something like a prime number. Okay, so here I asked a simple question, like, is 3821 a prime number? And it has give, given me that, okay, uh, that it is not a prime number. Okay, so we are this is the end of the part one. Okay, so it is giving me, okay, that 37 into 103 is 3821. That's why it's not a prime number. Okay, let's do that on the calc. 37 to 103 plus 3811. But AI incorrectly has mentioned that it should be equal to 3821. It's not the case. Okay. So then again, you have to correct it. Okay. Like, calculate the same thing, 37 into 103. Uh, okay. It is again correcting itself that, okay, the multiplication of these two numbers is 3811. And let me reevaluate whether 3821 is a prime. Afterward, it arrives at a correct conclusion that 3821 is a prime number. Okay, so make sure, like, this is relatively simple. We expect that AI should be able to do this. It doesn't. So make sure to always confirm slash check the output. Okay? Third example would be a little bit religious. So I slipped in one line. Okay, like, in India, who is the father of the nation? So who is worked in Africa, was correspondent to, stop World War II. Number three is my lie, which is, was known to drive his motorcycle above 120 kmph. Okay, fourth and fifth, again, it's what do you say? Are true statements. Here again, like, sometimes I get corrected, sometimes I don't get corrected. And this particular instance, I didn't get corrected. I got all the information. So basically, uh, what are the like, conditions? I didn't say who have achieved, part of these conditions. Basically, who have achieved all these accomplishments. Okay, 1 to 5. Okay, and I got the answer, like, okay, Mahatma Gandhi, but AI didn't correct me. So be wary in this case. Again, few errors. These ones maybe you might have encountered at a small scale, like, which one is bigger, 9.11 or 9.9. So here again, AI has gone wrong, that 9.11 is bigger. It has nicely formatted is this answer, trying to convince us. And afterwards, there's like 9.9 is actually the larger number. So again, like, sometimes it takes time for it to come to a conclusion, but do not, go at a glance. Always verify it. Okay, and here also I got some misleading information. Okay, so let's see how this is, like, write the word strawberry backwards. Okay, so let's start from the word S. So ST. Okay, good so far. Now we expect RA. Instead, what we get is EB. Okay, so here simple reversal of string has gone wrong. Okay, now what I had specified is, okay, simple, revert that. Now again, it is claiming that, okay, if you reverse this, you're getting the original word back, but it's not. We see that this has clearly gone wrong. Again, I mentioned, okay, what is YRRA BETS? Okay, BETS is not a word in our original strawberry word. And again, it is claiming that if you reverse this backwards, you're getting strawberry. AI, most of the time, it gives us confident answers, okay? But make sure that you always cross check. Okay, before actually move on to chain of thought, so okay, like I'm hampering a lot, like negatives of AI, but we're still, learning AI session. So it's not just AI who goes wrong. Typically, when we, search things, go through this, like even when we use a normal engine, like let's say Google, even that can give us wrong information. Like, okay, let me ask a question to you guys. I think, can somebody tell me like what is the national game of India?
Hockey.
Hockey,
Okay,
basically.
yeah.
Okay, any
There's
other
no
answers?
there's no national game.
Okay, so let's search it. Okay, so let's say national. Uh-huh. Let me check it. Game of India. Okay, so we get the answer that it's hockey. But if you check the actual other sites, okay, like Olympics.com, okay, if you check, so here actually the answer given by Piyush, okay, that India may have won, 8 Olympic gold medals, but it officially we don't have a national game. Okay, the nation doesn't have a game, so it's not like only AI can go wrong because after all, what is AI doing? AI is feeding on data which is easily searchable. Like it is trained on data here. If the data itself is wrong, so I can't exactly blame the AI despite all. So here also we are getting. However, despite popular belief, India has never officially declared hockey or any other sport as national game of India. So again, we can't exactly blame AI. And typical what is normal search engines, they also go wrong. So again, it again falls up to the user to make sure that whatever information we are processing through AI, it can also be trained on the wrong sources, and hence the output can be wrong. Now, uh, okay, any questions for zero shot or multi shot prompting? Okay, I guess not. Okay, now what is chain of thought? So you must have like heard from your maths teacher like, okay, Vaibhav, you have written a solution, but we want steps for it. Or sometimes what used to happen, I have to go down. My math teacher used to ask me, okay, Vaibhav, go step by step. If you're dividing something, don't go directly. Don't assume okay, 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, maybe you're going somewhere wrong in this step. Actually, do the division, test it out. So same with AI, what we can do is we can use a certain prompt keywords, which is think step by step, or we can utilize the option which is the reason. So if you go on any let's say new chat, you have got something called as reason mode here. This is available for I think most of the new AI like DeepSeek R1 is available for ChatGPT. So you can choose that. So here my example would be let's say, for example, Vaibhav, he has gone to bazaar. Vaibhav buys some mangoes, let's say 15. Then he gives 3 to neighbors, 2. So 15 minus 3 minus 2. And then I feel like, okay, I only have 10 mangoes left. I go, I buy, 10 more, and I eat one of them. I get an answer. Okay, in this case, it's an accurate answer. If we do things step by step, if we add these words, we get a stepwise breakdown. Okay, what Vaibhav did was he bought these many. After first interaction, let's say with the neighbor, with the secretary guard, so I get answers at each particular step, and each time I use things step by step, I get the proper answers and I get it like how the AI is thinking, and I can emulate that for my own understanding. So this is basically chain of thought, and if anywhere the AI goes wrong, you can use this chain of thought. Okay, like okay, step number 3. Are you sure? Okay, like in my previous example for prime numbers, I had asked it. Okay, are you sure? Like 3 to 1 is a prime number. You try to multiply the two numbers which you had mentioned me. Is it equal to 3821? So you can also correct it same like in previous approach, same you can use in here, and you can correct a particular step. Okay, so this is chain of thought is useful when we are trying to break down a large problem, and we are trying to come to a correct conclusion. Okay, again, these are the examples you can utilize it now. Okay, like all this, it's like very, what do you say, very good, but again it requires a lot of typing. So you might say, okay, Vaibhav, what if I want to just like automate this process, instead, because you say that okay, write this, write that, train this, give examples. Okay, so let's come to prompt chaining. It is also alternatively known as feedback loop. Okay, so here, like, let's take a very simple example. So the simple example here in this case would be, uh, I'm asking AI to become both the answerer and the person who is raising the questions. Okay, so I have these texts are available in the slides also, but basically what I ask is, okay, become an expert prompt creator. Okay, I will you generate particular sections. Okay, like, okay, what should your prompt be? Provide critic. Okay, you, the whatever prompt you have raised, is there anything missing? Is there any key information missing? So provide a critic on that. Okay, are there any questions which I didn't consider? So raise question on this. Okay, and I will number two is, so this was my first point. So it has to provide me these three sections. Okay, prompt, critic, questions. Okay, and number two is just my instruction. So that whatever answers I provide, okay, uh, so it should be written from a perspective of me, the user, making a request to you. Who is you? So it is a GPT 3 or 4 interface. Okay, and you will act as an expert and you will guide me in this. Okay, so the example I've taken is a very simple example. Like, okay, like everybody of us gets salary. Okay, so that's why I took an example of a bank. But let's say we are familiar with Indian banks. We want to build this fintech application. Let's say for another continent. Let's say Europe. Okay, now as I thought of this problem from a developer perspective. Okay, so number one is, what are the requirements for this? Okay, now I can't just create a bank on my own. I'll have to first integrate with a bigger bank. Okay, for what? For facilitating of receiving and making payments. Okay, there are certain rules which banks have to follow. Okay, like it should be GDPR compliant. I know there is KYC processing, because first time I went to open my bank, they also requested me like, okay, what is your PAN card? What is your Aadhaar card? Okay, they requested document. So I know basic things, and I know it's a KYC process, but it's a one line. I don't know anything much more about this. Hmm. And then I saw a security guard outside the bank. So I know that, okay, uh, physical measure, there is a security guard. So the digital wise, like there should be some security measure. Like I should not be able to access somebody else's money. So I added that. Again, it's a one liner, nothing. Now I get this prompt. Okay, this is my prompt. Okay, like, okay, there are quite a different number of regulatory requirements. Which one are you focusing on? Okay, payment facilitators, there are it depends on the regional coverage. So are you trying to cover UK? Are you trying to cover SEPA? Okay, are you trying to cover something else? Okay, KYC compliance. Okay, it has also given me and that, and security measures, like it has given me like encryption, fraud detection, multi-factor authentication. Okay, and then it has provided me a critic for this. Okay, that you should, that Vaibhav, it shouldn't be that generic. You should specify whether you're focusing on B2B or whether you're focusing on B2C solution. Okay. It has also asked me questions. So I accordingly modified my first requirements. Okay. So number one, for building fintech application for Europe. So I modified that to that, okay, it should be in the SEPA region. As it has critiqued me that people should also specify whether it should be B2B or B2C. I have accordingly given that. And then it has given me a new prompt. Okay. Again, now this prompt is sufficient for me. What I do is I just simply take this prompt, copy paste this, and I paste it in a new chat window. Okay. For example, in this case, it would be this one. I think not this one. Let me, uh, 1 second, my keyboard is stuck. I think I have it in my link. Yeah, final prompt trigger. Okay, so here I get a this. You will like B2B solution. Okay, like this is my 1 second, guys. I think my keyboard is getting stuck. Okay, ignore the keyboard. Okay, so I got a final prompt on this. Okay, that I need a list of payment facilitators. I need this KYC compliance, and I need all this data. So it will give me okay for guide for building a B2B fintech application. You will need this. So you will need to comply with PSD2. You will need to comply with GDR. You will need to comply with anti-money laundering. So basically, I got the full guide on all the things that I should be able to realize, execute in this, and it has given me like my next steps for development. Okay, you need to make sure that okay, all your like these steps are followed. Only then you can go ahead and start with the integration of your fintech application. Okay, so this is known as feedback loop. You utilize AI to uh, play both the sets, which is the question prompter and the answerer. Any questions on this? Okay. Uh, Proceeding. So again, like these links are available. Again, the prompts are copy pastable. You can utilize that, and you can try this yourself. Okay. Number two is something which is not used very often. So in ChatGPT, you have got something called as customer GPT. So here you can give a list of things that you want. Okay, like for example, I have done okay that provide authoritative, nuanced answers as expert. Okay, if you can generate hyperlinks. Okay, try to give a brief summary. Okay, again, I have given some commands for it. Let's say V is equal to very terse, like to the point. Three should be detailed and five should be very exhaustive, like as much detail as possible. As much I've given some commands which I frequently use. Let's say Q is for like follow-up question, summary slash review. So these are the commands like you can customize it your own way. So you can set your own name. You can specify that okay, what do you do? So the answers it will change based on your profession. So like here currently I'm saying like a freelance copywriter or the wedding photographer. So set these up. Okay, try to customize your GPT to your profession. So you'll get as much relevant answers as possible. Okay. So let's take the example of two of the things. Okay. So I've given a link for this traits. Okay, and same with the extra instructions. Okay, you can use it like for example this how verbose it should be, and let's take the usage of this. I don't know. Okay, let's take the first example. So the first example which I took was tell me about Rome from Italy. I didn't specify anything else. I have my custom instructions set, and here what I'm specifying is verb is equal to one. So it has given me a short, almost two sentence answer. Uh, in good enough. So this is as concise as it can be. Again, I repeated the same thing. Tell me about Rome from Italy. B is equal to 3. In that case, it has, since verbosity level has now increased to 3, it has given me a little bit more information. And then afterwards, I again repeat the same. So each time my prompt is different, but the output is changing due to the custom instructions which I had set. Now I'm setting verbosity equals to 5. Now here I'm getting almost, let's say, half a page worth of detail. Here for verbosity 5, I'm getting like as much details of the historical significance, modern Rome, what are the current cities. So Vatican cities there, how the art, Roman cuisine, how it is today, how many people are living, and its current state. So I get this is almost a 3-4 page answer. and we could influence it simply using a verbosity which we had set by customer commands. Okay, so again, you have this. Okay, utilize customized chat GPT instructions. Do not copy paste mine because I have set mine from a developer mode. Try to customize it to your style of understanding format, like understanding the answers. Okay. Uh, okay. Any question regarding this customization? Okay. Now, one thing what you can do is you can also utilize this. So AI prompting is not just limited just to this like text outputs. Okay, like for we have got different sites. For example, we have got it's a print, and we what we want is we basically want a flowchart. Okay, like since we are taking a uh, example of a fintech application, what we are doing is okay. We have issued a card to a person. Now this person he goes to a particular, let's say ATM, and he tries to withdraw a card. So we can do that. Okay, let me just like copy this. Okay, so we are asking friend. Friend is another what do you say? AI related sites. So it is issuing me this entire process. Okay, it's still drawing, still drawing. So let's check if the basics are right. Okay, so we have got a start. We have got a if it's a valid card or not. If it's a valid card, then it's expecting that we enter PIN. Okay, if we enter the PIN, then it's asking like okay whether verification code should be there. Okay, if the PIN is incorrect, then it's asking like okay like should the card be blocked? Should it be ejected? So it's giving me a whole this, and it is giving me the entire process of it. Let's see if I can get the code for this. Okay, still it's generating an output for me. Uh, okay, so it has also covered these many negative scenarios. Okay, let's take this output now. Okay, this is fine. Let me just copy that and paste it here. Okay. Uh, Now, okay, maybe I don't want, I don't know this language. So this is actually mermaid language, which you saw here. Maybe I don't know this language. Okay, so let's go to something like draw.io. One second, guys, I need to. Basically, Mozilla Firefox is getting stuck for me because of some. Okay, this we are doing decide later here. Okay, you can go to insert, you can go to advanced, you can do, since I know this is a movement diagram. I simply took this, copied this, pasted it here. I get this entire thing. I can move this around as I want. Okay, insert card. I want like I can if this is a valid card, I can enter different conditions. So I basically have a ready-made diagram for this. Okay, if this if I want to break this, add another line. So basically all of our like draw.io functionality, but we have like this entire thing ready within minutes. Okay, so no need to slog. So this is like one advantage that we get of AI. Similar example is like let's say we have this. Okay, uh, uh, so it is not just flowcharts. We can utilize AI prompting for different things. Like oh no, not this one. Let me just correct myself. Okay, so let's do this. So this is basically a swim lane diagram. Again, we are exploring the same scenario. Interesting. First time I'm getting this. Okay, so generating this for me, let me see if I can switch it to the different view. Okay. Again, I got the code. Again, what I can do is I can go to what we say, arrange, insert, advance. Again, I know this is a mermaid thing, and I get this swimlane diagram. Okay, like, what are the different? So we have got person, we have got ATM, we have got a card processor, and we have got a bank. So this is how we can utilize like AI prompting, not just for this like just text-based output, but we can do pretty much everything with it. Okay. Again, these are the outputs. You can test it out. Okay. Um, Here then again, like what are the main users like since there is software company? Okay, so code generation, bug fixing, automated scripts. You can also do UI UX design prototypes. It won't be perfect. It often isn't perfect, but at least you will have a base. Like for in my example, like with diagrams, I got a base. Anything that is, if any case is eliminated, uh, to be eliminated or to be added, I can make changes accordingly in my diagram in the code that is generated, and I can utilize it. So overall, my recommendation for this is like try to break the main task into smaller tasks. Okay, split the task, specify the goal. Okay, often sometimes when we are raising a doubt to somebody, uh, we state the problem, we don't state the goal. Specify your goal. Use precise language, like exactly what do you need. For this, you need to know the correct terminology. You need to know the like uh, proper concepts of the language. Only if you know the concepts, then you can specify your requirement, and then you'll get the desired output. Okay. Uh, Present relevant details. A very simple example would be don't like if you're prompting something, don't mention details which are not relevant. So I can specify like something. Today I'm wearing a red shirt. Please generate me a hello world code in Python. The fact that I'm wearing a red shirt has nothing with my this. So try to focus on the problem and the goal for the AI. Okay. What does all this finally give us? So it gives us improved accuracy. It will save time because you don't have to, like if I've seen people do this. If one AI doesn't give a proper answer, then they switch over to another AI. They try to query the same. But I say that if you improve your prompting, if there are good enough details, then yes, you will get the desired results. uh, so basically, we can break down complex tasks, give it feed it bit by bit. Uh, we can get better outcomes. So these are the all benefits of like prompt engineering. Overall, like okay, I'll mention two statistics which are not in the slides, but I think those are important. So number one is like automated code completion. So GitHub Copilot, like you type in some data, and often it gives a code solution. So it has got a low acceptance ratio. So last year, that was around 18%. But this year, like whatever the code that has been accepted by the user, it has jumped to 35%. Okay. Similarly, with GPT-3, we had lots of hallucinations, we have lots of errors. Okay. The overall it's reduced for GPT-4, which is the standard model of ChatGPT now. The overall number of errors have reduced. Currently, it is still at 28 point, I think, 6% or something, so almost one third. So you still need to, that's why we had gone over that particular section that we need to, recheck uh, answers each time because it can go wrong. 20% is still a big number according to me, but eventually these things are getting better. Okay, so I would suggest that okay, like utilize this, be ready for it. The reason being is like my on the like final thoughts regarding AI. So NVIDIA, this is like so. Does anybody know who this is? This is Jensen Huang. He is the CEO of NVIDIA. Uh, NVIDIA is currently a almost $2.6 trillion company, which is quite something. So what is saying that okay, this is what is saying that coding is dead and AI will be the new will make English the new programming language. I think that even if his see, I can't discard his thoughts directly, but I think there because he's heading a big company, somewhere there is truth to this. Even if coding isn't completely dead, I think still hand in hand, it will make a difference. It will increase the what do you say integration speed. It will increase uh, the way we are resolving bugs. It will increase the way we are generating stuff. So yes, prompting is a what do you say necessity as we go ahead. Okay, and finally, any questions from the team? Anyone? Okay. Mm. So I've given some links here. I'll be sharing my slide with the answer. Uh, if you have any questions after this, okay, go through the prompts or the like we have got multiple links, ChatGPT links here. Okay, uh, you can utilize that. One extra bit I was like, you can like for interactive interaction, you can also what do you say customize the explanation, like for example in this idea explain the concept of black hole to me in simple term, explain as if I'm a 10-year-old in school, and the explanation it actually gave in this case was quite legit, but like it's a trampoline and everything has a weight. And then same thing I did, like explain like I'm a PhD holder in physics who's familiar with like space concepts, and it gave me a lot of like detailed information. Hawking radiation is something I've tried to read multiple times, but of course it's quite complicated. Uh, but you can also like basically adjust AI answers according to you. You can convert this what do you say final answers into simple or complex format as per wish. So again here reminder, set your custom instructions in case this is not available to you. Go to settings. Okay, go to personalization. Make sure that custom instructions, if this is off, make sure it is turned on. You also have something called as memories here. So you can influence that how GPT behaves around you. Let's say my memory. So okay, so I've got two memories stored. So one memory is prefers direct structure and where resource responses. Okay, if uh, if any of you have a memory which is not relevant to your points, you can simply delete it. So it can like structure answers accordingly. And finally, huge thank you to Andre sir for recognizing my interest in this field. And the last training session which Andre sir gave, that prompted me, okay, Vaibhav, that do share your knowledge with others also. And Danan sir for giving me the opportunity for this lecture. Danan sir, to you now. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Vaibhav. Thanks for sharing your insightful on this session. Your explanation with an example, it's where actually it's truly valuable. I hope everyone will got the idea how we can prompt with the context. We can use few shot prompting in place of zero shot prompting. So yeah, thank you so much, Vaibhav, for sharing this.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks. I'll be sharing the PPT.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Vaibhav. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.